Hello, everyone. Good morning. I am here. I'm Azlynn Lefebvre, and I'm here today with Cori Watson. We're going to be sharing a little bit more about what Arbonne is, what a brand partnership with the company looks like. And I think the most important thing I just want to ask you is just to keep an open mind because I feel like even before when I was asked to join, maybe you've been asked to join before as well. I was such a hard no, but truthfully, I didn't even know what I was saying no to. And so we're hoping that we can just give you the information today. You can decide if this could be a fit for you, or honestly, maybe it's not a fit for you, it's a fit for someone you know, and you can pass this along to them as well. If you're unfamiliar with Arbonne, Arbonne's been around for 46 years. What I absolutely love about that is ever since they launched 46 years ago, they have been certified vegan. That's like the foundation of their business, gluten-free and cruelty-free. And for me, I just really align with those values of that they saw the importance of plant-based and gluten-free before it was even trendy. Okay. So that was something that I really liked about the brand. The other thing I really love is they're also a certified B Corporation. If you're unfamiliar with this certification, is actually quite hard to get. And it's something that they have to be recertified for each year. They have to prove that they are taking steps forward every single year to show that they are putting people above the profit line, that they are putting the planet above profit, that they are doing things to become more sustainable, that they're ethically sourcing their ingredients. So there's so many things that roll into that B Corp certification. And I actually encourage you to take a look at that because it is actually something I'm so proud of. So that is a little bit about like what Arbonne is, what their certifications are. And then with that being said, over the last 46 years, they've been able to expand their product line. So they have skincare lines, they have makeup line, they have a bath and body line, a baby line. And then my favorite is the nutrition line. So this was something that I really love because their focus is on holistic health. They work with naturopaths to design these products that are going to help support our body to already do what our bodies are naturally designed to do. It's just to help support that. So that is something that I really love. And then, of course, coming into adding like the network marketing aspect of it. So network marketing, essentially, it just means that instead of Arbonne hiring Beyonce to say that she uses the mascara when girlfriend probably doesn't, it's real people like Cori and myself that are using the products, that are loving the products, and that are genuinely sharing them with other people to see if this could be a fit for them too. So Cori, why don't you tell us a little bit about sort of what interested you about Arbonne, why you decided to get involved, and a little bit about your background.
So I often tell people now at the age that I am, and I'm not afraid to say that I'm 50 years old, that I stepped into network marketing. It's not a new industry to me. It's one I've circled back into that I thought I would never set foot in to actually build anything. But after spending what are we doing some math? About 8 years in the online world, trying to build a coaching practice, trying to do take my skill set from the massage room, which as a massage therapist, you're also part therapist. You talk to people, you have conversations with people, you learn about their lives, you help them get out of pain and whatnot. To take that skill set that is hands off, and I thought I could translate it onto online. And once I got my certifications, because I thought, again, I need to be certified, I need to have these tools. Once I got into the online world, I was met with the same issue I had in the physical world, which is marketing. So I finally admitted I have to dive into doing marketing and learning messaging and learning how to build a business. And you realize that these are several different skill sets that never have actually come naturally to me. And it was hard to translate my skill set from that into that. And so when I realized eventually that I didn't want to necessarily work with the people that I had set out to work with, I love working with entrepreneurs. I want to work with entrepreneurs. I want to work with business-minded people, growth-minded people, and people are usually growing where there's money involved. You can guarantee they're going to be invested. So I thought, I want to work with entrepreneurs. So then I thought, I can take my skill set and I can use courses to help them build their business online. And then you run into another problem is now you have to gain visibility. In all of it with marketing, you have to gain visibility. And that fries a person's nervous system. And in order to get support to help your nervous system, to help emotional and mental support, you have to pay for it. So now you have to pay for the mental and emotional support that you need in order to get visible. But then you have to, in my case, I had to keep paying to learn how to do marketing better for what my actual skill set is. And so I did this start, stop thing until I finally found somebody who, yourself, Azlynn, who's high enough up in network marketing to be like, wait a second. People actually are making money. Like people I actually know in my real life are making money. And these people that although I haven't met them, they live in my city and they're actually making the same amount of money. And so I started to look at the structure of network marketing to see that the support and emotional support that I'm so good at is kind of baked into the business. The more people that I help succeed, the more my natural skill set gets to be rewarded because I'm building a team full of nervous system regulated people without having to charge them in an arm and a leg. And at the same time, also helping them learn the skill set of marketing because you're going to have to sell products. Either you're going to have to sell the products that Arbonne offers or sell the business. And so selling is selling. So whether I'm trying to teach other people to sell their thing, which in the online world, you might get people that want to learn marketing skills, but you realize they don't have an offer yet. So then you have to help them build out the offer of like, well, what do you want to sell? And then they're stuck in the same thing I am, is their actual skill set is supporting people. And I'll be like, good luck selling that one. This is why I'm selling courses and attaching my emotional, mental world, which in physical world is called invisible labor. So it's hard to slap a price tag onto invisible labor, but Arbonne rewards the invisible labor
Mhm.
by giving the bonuses and the incentives. And to when you look at the whole compensation um, package of Arbonne, that's when I started to see, wait a second. So I can start by selling the greens and the fizz and the protein and those sort of things, which for me is just a swap of companies, right? So if I'm already drinking, I'm occasionally, having greens of a different company, and I'm occasionally having protein of a different company, and energy drinks I would get when I felt like having them. I'm just going to now use them for Arbonne, which once I tried them, there's no going back from them. I'm like,
They,
well,
they speak for themselves.
it seems like I found myself a new brand I'm loyal to.
Mhm. Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, now I really want the business to work out, and it's my actual favorite product to sell. It's not that I want to be a health and wellness brand. It's I want to help people build the skills to build a business. Whether you're selling greens and fizz, you have to learn the skills to market, to sell yourself. You have to do the nervous system in your body to be regulated to become visible, because that's rarely talked about in the online space or even business space. Coming from a family of entrepreneurs, I experienced the nervous system the same thing when we had a physical business of like, eyes on your own lane, eyes on your own. Don't talk about the competition. It's not about them. How can we make ours better here? And so once I understood that about network marketing, and I sat down and I talked with you, and I really learned the bonus about Arbonne that you're going to get into about there are no legs. It's a very simple uh, compensation plan
Yeah.
that I love. It's not
Yeah.
there's nothing complicated about it. And so I was like, I'm sold. It didn't take me much to be like, I have nothing to lose by trying this.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. And since you brought it up, let's just go over it really quick. So as independent consultants, we make 15 to 35% commission when products are sold. We also like it's optional, but we have the opportunity to also build out a team. So the way I look at it is like a mini sales force of my own. Again, if you're looking at it from that entrepreneurial like mindset. And then there's only four levels, like Corey said, like it's very straightforward. So there's four levels in Arbonne. That is it. Everyone starts as an independent consultant, and there's four levels you can promote to as your business is growing. So the first level is called district manager. On average, you're making $250 to $1,000 a month. The second level is called area manager. So at this level, your business that you're building is now willable. So God forbid something happen, your family could still benefit from the business that you're building. And for me, I was a new mom when I started Arbonne, and I was like, wow, that's so cool because my current job, they would replace me the next day. Or like my job at the time, they would have replaced me the next day. And so I really loved that my family was going to benefit from this. So that's the second level. On average, the earnings for area manager are approximately like $1,000 to about $4,000 a month. And again, this is a range. This is based on your own efforts. And then the third level is called regional vice president. So at this level, you're making on average about like, let's say $4,000 to like $14,000. And you also qualify for a two bonuses, two types of bonuses that you can choose from. So a white Mercedes of your choice, cash bonus award, or just taking the choice award, which is a bonus, a cash bonus towards anything that you want. So some people are like, I don't want the Mercedes. I want to choose something else. And Arbonne has now added that secondary bonus for you to completely decide what you want to do with that. So I think that is absolutely incredible. And then the fourth level is called National Vice President. On average, the earnings are about $22,000 and up, and there is no cap on how much you're able to earn. And at that level, you also still qualify for the White Mercedes Cash Bonus Award, and then you also earn a trip for two to Maui, Hawaii every single year for our stunning leadership meeting and trip. So that is just so exciting. And I feel like, yeah, for me, I also, just like Cori, we grew up being immersed in entrepreneurship with our families. And so when you can look at this business opportunity with the lens of, if I owned my own business, it costs $65 to start your own Arbonne business. And Cori and I have both watched our parents spend a lot more zeros after that $65 to be able to build a business. And so for us, when we saw what is possible, what earnings are possible for such a small startup cost, the barrier to entry is so low that we were just like, what? This is so freaking cool. And so, and I mean, like this blazer costs more than $65. Like there's truly like the fact that we're able to start our own mini Arbonne franchise for $65 is second to none. The other thing that I absolutely love about Arbonne is there's no minimums. There's no requirements. There's no mandatory auto ship. There's no fine print that you have to um, keep buying in order to be all these things. And to me, that was so important. It was also important that not only for me as an independent consultant that I wasn't on a mandatory auto ship, but also my clients aren't. There is no mandatory auto ships for consultants or the clients. And that was important to me because I'm the type of person I don't like auto ship. So, anyways, okay, so that is sort of that overview. Cori, is there anything else that you want to share in terms of like the business and the vision that you have?
I have a vision of bringing back women that are closer to my age. I've mentioned it many times that with the shift of the internet and stuff, we didn't grow up with it. When I was raising kids, when I was your age, I was just getting my first cell phone. And I remember sitting in network marketing meetings and learning what I would have to do as a consultant. And you'd have the 3-page set, and then you'd have to get on the phone and you'd have to like manually call them all up and you'd have to do that. And I wanted no part of it because I was so busy. But with the internet, it brings a whole new spin to network marketing. So the thing that brought people into network marketing in the first place, like back, let's just say back in the early 2000s,
Yep.
it would have been if the business would have been early to what's the word I'm looking for here? The easy entry, right? Low barrier entry, low cost, that sort of thing. But the pathways to build a business have exploded exponentially. It's no longer sort of direct marketing. You can learn attraction marketing, but that's what I say. You have to then like get your nervous system regulated for visibility. But not only that, you can do a social media influencer lifestyle, you can do blogs, you can do emails, you can do podcasts, you can do video podcasts, you can do markets, you can do home parties the way that they had them, you can be more direct, you can get people on calls, and there is so many different ways that suit the individual more instead of like cramming everybody into one way. And as a massage therapist, I have been used to working with individualized treatments my entire 16 years. And so I'm used to individualizing everything all the time. So it excites me to take a new consultant and be like, okay, let's make this work for you. I'm going to be emails, blogs, a little bit of online, get visible video, but that might not be your thing. And I know how to support you through that because I've probably taken the training through all of my trying to learn marketing stuff. The other thing, as a solo parent of four children, very closely spaced, I was being constantly pulled in four different directions. So I actually thrive in a little bit of chaos. So, so the thought of actually having a team of diverse, like people my own age to be like, we can do this, and to show people that we're not finished at 50. I know it seems like, oh my God, like you should have figured out the financial picture by 50. And I'm like, I was busy being a single mom when I was 30. I didn't have time to pick up the phone the way that network marketing consultants did. And that's what led me to online. This was the only thing I could build in pockets of time. And at 50, if you're like me and you still actually need more financial freedom, you're probably working a job, which means you still have to work in various pockets of time. And it gives you something to build towards time freedom, which is what I want as someone who's never had a pension, never had any of those things a company built, because I've always been an independent contractor of things. So I think I see this whole untapped generation, we'll call them Generation X, really, that want something different and they're not finished at 50 and they want something fun, and they look at all of these millennials on online doing the millennial thing the millennial way, and you're like, I want that, just not like them. And I get excited to say to people like, but we can have our own thing where we can hate everything and we can be rebellious, and we might be aesthetic or we might not be aesthetic. That's their generation's thing, and I love it for them. But we're allowed to be online and we're allowed to say, I still want more out of life. Like I'm not finished at 50. So, and I see the business as being the vehicle to create our next thing forward.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. Amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing that all. So, yes, I am so excited. I'm so excited for Cori. And if you're listening to this and you're just like, dang, this might be a fit for me, then I totally encourage you to reach out to Cori, and you guys can have a further discussion on if this could really be a fit for you. So, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank
And if you want any more information, you can always see earnings.arbonne.com, or please send Cori a message. But thank you so much. And we hope that this call finds you well and you have a wonderful day.